Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Anika. Anika had spent countless years chasing after success, driven by an insatiable ambition that left little room for anything else. She had sacrificed relationships, hobbies, and even her own well-being in pursuit of her goals, believing that true happiness lay at the end of her relentless climb up the corporate ladder. Yet as she stood amidst the serene surroundings of the monastery, a sense of emptiness gnawed at her. Despite her achievements, she felt unfulfilled, as though a vital piece of the puzzle was missing. It was this yearning that had led her to seek guidance from the revered monks who called this sacred place home. As Anika wandered the intricate pathways, her mind raced with a myriad of questions. How could she find balance in her life? What was the true meaning of success? And perhaps most importantly, how could she learn to savor the fleeting moments that made up her existence? It was then that she caught sight of an elderly monk tending to the monastery's lush gardens. His movements were deliberate, unhurried, as though each action was imbued with a profound sense of purpose. Anika felt drawn to this man, sensing that he held the wisdom she so desperately sought. Approaching him with reverence, she bowed her head and spoke softly. "Excuse me, venerable one, I find myself lost, burdened by the weight of a life lived in haste. I seek guidance on how to find balance and appreciate the value of time." The monk looked up from his work, his eyes kind and understanding. "Ah, my child," he said, his voice carrying the gentle cadence of years of contemplation. "You have come to the right place. Come, let us sit and discuss this matter further." Anika followed the monk to a secluded corner of the garden, where a small stone bench overlooked a koi pond. The tranquil sound of the water and the gentle breeze rustling through the nearby trees created a serene atmosphere, inviting introspection. Once they were seated, the monk turned to Anika and asked, "Tell me, what is it that troubles you?" Anika took a deep breath, gathering her thoughts. "For as long as I can remember, I have been consumed by the pursuit of success. I have sacrificed countless moments, relationships, and even my own well-being in the hopes of achieving my goals. Yet, now that I have reached the pinnacle of my career, I find myself hollow, unfulfilled. It is as though I have missed the essence of living by chasing after an illusion." The monk nodded sagely, his expression one of empathy. "My child, you are not alone in this struggle. Many in our modern world have fallen victim to the seductive lure of ambition, losing sight of what truly matters in the process." He then reached into the folds of his robe and produced a small hourglass, its intricate design catching the morning light. "Allow me to share a parable that may shed light on your predicament." Anika watched, enraptured, as the monk gently turned the hourglass over, setting the grains of sand into motion. "This hourglass," the monk began, "represents the finite nature of our existence. Each grain of sand that falls is a moment that can never be reclaimed, a precious instant that slips through our fingers like water." Anika's gaze followed the steady trickle of sand, her heart growing heavy with the realization of how much time she had squandered in her single-minded pursuit. "We often fall into the trap of believing that time is an endless resource," the monk continued. "We chase after dreams and aspirations, sacrificing the present in the hopes of securing a brighter future. Yet in doing so, we fail to appreciate the beauty and richness of the here and now." The monk paused, allowing his words to sink in. Anika found herself captivated by the simplicity and profundity of his message. "True wisdom," he said, "lies in finding balance. It is not a matter of forsaking ambition or success, but rather learning to embrace each moment with mindfulness and gratitude. For it is in the fleeting present that we find the essence of living, the joy and fulfillment that we so desperately seek." As the last grain of sand fell, the monk reached out and gently closed Anika's hand around the hourglass. "This is a reminder, my child, to cherish every second that passes. Pursue your dreams, but do so with intention and awareness. Nurture your relationships, cultivate your passions, and savor the simple pleasures that life has to offer. For in doing so, you will discover the true value of time, and with it, the key to a life well lived." Anika felt a weight lift from her shoulders, as though a veil had been lifted from her eyes. The monk's words resonated deeply within her. offering a clarity and perspective she had long sought. "Thank you, wise one," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. "Your teachings have opened my eyes to the importance of living in the present, of finding balance and savoring each moment as it unfolds. I will carry this lesson with me always, allowing it to guide my actions and shape the path I walk." The monk smiled warmly, his eyes twinkling with a wisdom born of years of contemplation. "Go forth, my child, and embrace the beauty of life. Remember that true success lies not in the accumulation of wealth or accolades, but in the meaningful connections we forge and the joy we find in the simple moments that make up our existence." From that day forward, Anika embarked on a new journey, one guided by the principles of mindfulness and appreciation for the present. She learned to savor each moment, to find joy in the small pleasures that had once eluded her, and to cultivate meaningful relationships with those around her. The lessons imparted by the wise monk became her beacon, illuminating her path and reminding her of the fleeting nature of time. And though her ambition remained, it was now tempered by a newfound understanding of what truly mattered in life. As the years passed, Annika found herself living with a sense of purpose and fulfillment that had once seemed elusive. She had discovered the true value of time, and with it, the key to a life well lived. And so the ancient monastery, nestled in the tranquil valley, continued to impart its wisdom to those who sought it, serving as a reminder that even in our most chaotic moments, the path to balance and contentment can be found in the simplest of teachings, if only we open our hearts to receive them.